Okay, today we are going to learn topic number 3, iaitu why business need ethics. Okay, and then previously dengan Bedi China, sekarang hari ni saya akan take over for this topic number 3. Kenapa setiap company tu needs ethics, okay, and why it is very very important in every for-profit organisation. So these are the contents, okay, the contents for the slide organisation. Kita akan start with, we'll go through with the definitions, the relationship, needs for business ethics, okay, sampailah conclusion. Alright. So the definition of ethics, okay, ethics is also moral philosophy. That is the branch of philosophy that involves systematizing to plan a system for something, defending and recommending concepts of right and wrong conduct. Okay, dekat sini of course lah ethics ni menunjukkan, okay, maksud dia dekat sini kata apa, salah satu cabang dalam philosophical studies that show, okay, it shows which of the business conducts is right, okay, or wrong. Kadang-kadang kita macam ethics are very 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 open punya discussion tau. Dia tak ada, there is no definitive answer to one ethical issues ataupun ethical concerns, yang mana kadang-kadang dekat satu negara this kind of action is permitted ataupun dibenarkan, tapi when it comes to our country it is very reprehensible ataupun sangat-sangat dilarang, okay, sangat-sangat dilarang disebabkan macam adalah benda macam kalau kita kat Malaysia kan, if we took very simple example of household, kalau kat rumah we need to take off our shoes, tapi kalau kat negara macam kat western countries, not taking off your shoes are considered as no problem. That is how ethics can be represented. So business ethics can be defined as written and unwritten codes of principles and values that govern decisions and actions within the company. In the business world, the organization's culture sets standard for determining the difference between good and bad decision making and behavior. If you guys dah bekerja nanti, okay, dah bila orang kata apa, tanda tangan kontrak pekerjaan, you will be laid out with a set of rules that you have to follow. Okay, sebenarnya rules ni akan membezakan whether you are being a good employee or not. Okay, dekat sini macam written and unwritten codes of principle. Bila kita baca dapat surat pelantikan kerja tu, kita akan baca kontrak pekerja. Okay, what should we do, what should we not do. Kadang-kadang dalam satu bahagian tu kata you are compelled not to tell any secret of the company to the outsiders. Itu dia punya principles. Okay, in the business world, the organization's culture set standard. Okay, selalunya business ethics ni they are universally the same lah. Kalau kita kata macam any technical issues of ethics, selalunya it is universal, it is accepted around the world. Dia benda-benda yang macam selalunya ada benda yang orang kata apa, there's a small matter but then it leads to a bigger issue. Contohnya macam kalau kita dekat Malaysia, in Japan, okay, menepati masa it is a high requirement. Okay, kalau kita datang lambat, dia mencerminkan yang seseorang tu is not a good leader. Tapi kalau kat Malaysia, kalau lambat pun tak ada masalah, sebab macam people are always late dekat Malaysia kan. So macam kalau if a speaker datang lambat ke apa, no problem, but then kalau lama sangat jadi masalah lah. Cumanya orang je pun dia lagi value time management tu. Okay, moving on to business ethics. Business ethics comprise principles, values and standards that guide behavior in the world of business. Okay, what is the definition of principles? Specific boundaries for behavior that are universal and absolute. Okay, for example, freedom of speech dengan civil liberties. Okay, liberties. Contoh kalau principles dia ada limit. Okay, kalau principles ni dia ada limit tau. ada orang kata apa, there's a behaviour, it has its own limits. Dia bukan macam you are free to do anything. Okay, some people will have their own principles. Kadang-kadang macam kalau orang yang ada principle ni orang yang matang. Okay, kalau macam remaja ke, okay, atau orang muda, they don't have the strong principles. They do whatever they want to do. Tapi kadang-kadang kalau principle ni orang yang macam very successful, very committed to do what in their life. Okay. So for values, okay, values are used to develop socially enforced norms, integrity. Okay, for example, integrity, accountability and trust. Values ni dalam bahasa Melayu nilai lah. Okay, digunakan. Okay, it is used to develop socially enforced norms. Values ni, nilai-nilai ni diterapkan ke dalam diri seseorang tu supaya satu masyarakat tu, seseorang tu dia boleh lead another people. Okay, last sekali eventually the values will be absorbed within the community. So sama-sama lah ada the same common sense ataupun the sense of commonality when it comes to a certain things. Okay, alright. So business ethics, also corporate ethics, is a form of applied ethics or professional ethics that examines ethical principles and ethical problems that arise in a business environment. So business ethics are implemented in order to ensure that a certain required level of trust exists between consumers and various forms of market participants with business. Dekat sini bila kita kata business ethics ni, business ethics ni kita cakap lah, kadang-kadang orang kan kalau nak buat, orang nak berniaga, kenapa ada business ethics ni? Kadang-kadang when someone has been blinded by a lot of profit, bila banyak sangat duit, orang kata apa, nak tambah lagi tu, orang dibutakan dengan profit maximizing punya motivation. Jadinya sebab tu lah kena ada business ethics. Kadang-kadang tak bila nak sangat kejar duit, ada benda yang ditinggalkan. Contohnya kebajikan pekerja ataupun hak-hak basic human rights are neglected. Benda-benda tu lah yang menyebabkan wujudnya business ethics. Alright, and then decisions taken. Okay, point number 3. Decisions taken within an organization may be made by individuals or groups, but whoever makes them will be influenced by the culture of the company. So a business is considered to be ethical only if it tries to reach a trade-off between pursuing economic objective and its social obligations. So point last kat dalam slide ni, selalunya people would deem ataupun the universe will be agreeing lah, ataupun the world in general, people would agree that a business is considered to be ethically organized, okay, if it tries to reach a trade-off between pursuing economic objective and social obligations. Maksudnya dia cari duit juga, tapi dia still ada tanggungjawab dia kepada masyarakat. Itu kita bermaksudkan dengan social obligations lah. Okay, kalau pursue economic objective ni nak cari duit tu lah. Okay, you still maximize your profit, but then you still feel responsible towards the society at large. So moving on, relationship between business and ethics. Okay, apa hubungan antara a business, okay, orang kata apa, a for profit punya entity and ethics in ethics dalam ethics punya konsep. Okay, ethical relationships concerning your company's interaction with customers can have a direct impact on the success of your company. So ethical customer relationships should include honesty with customers, delivering a good product or service, and backing the product or service. So dekat sini banyaklah benda kalau kita nak tackle issue. Okay, contohnya kalau kita buat kek kan, let's say we own a bakery, so kita buat kek, kita cakap dekat kita buat iklan kat situ, okay, our cakes are gluten free. Okay, so siapa-siapa yang allergic dengan gluten boleh makan, but end up you are using something that is ada properties of gluten. So nanti tak ethical lah itu kiranya. So you are going to be responsible ataupun held accountable in the court. Itu maksudnya dengan business ethics, salah satu branches dalam business ethics. So a company policy that encourages positive relationship with customers can help position a company as a trusted one. Of course, okay. Bila kita when there's a company that has realised the importance of being responsible toward the society at large, diorang selalu akan rasa macam not diorang lah, okay, the people ataupun the customers will feel like, oh, this is a very responsible company, so what can we do? We support this company so that it can enhance its responsibility towards the society. Jadinya contohnya macam IKEA, macam Starbucks kan. Okay, macam Starbucks, it is very very popular, but then the concern of using plastic straw tu dia jenis macam straw tu kan plastik. Jadinya what can Starbucks do? It itself produces metal straw untuk customer. So kalau customer akan datang guna straw tu, so Starbucks will not provide that. Okay, macam IKEA juga. Macam IKEA, another thing, kata apa, being a responsible company. Okay, masa musim PKP ni, musim-musim PKP ni lah, dia kata okay, the stores will not be open, but then they provide online services. Tapi for cafe dia still buka, but for take away only. Itu dia punya kata apa, responsibility ataupun the ethics, the tackle ethics punya concern tu masa PKP ni lah. So while unethical behaviour such as making false claim may gain you immediate customers, this same behaviour will lose those customers for you in the long run. So moving on to a crisis in business ethics, okay. Of course, setiap company akan ada isu dalam dia punya dalam company dia. Dia bukan setakat macam profit, tapi ada problem yang melibatkan orang kata apa, isu-isu yang di luar bidang keuntungan. Maksudnya memang dia concern dengan ethics tu. Kalau kita macam kata value lah, ada nilai-nilai yang akan ada krisis dalam bisnes. Okay, so kadang-kadang bila contoh, okay, the first point, consumer trust of businesses is declining. Kadang-kadang bila company tu, when it is scandalous, okay, bila company tu jatuh dalam satu skandal yang besar, people will not be believing that company anymore. Dia punya trust tu makin lama berkurang. Contohnya, dia akan carakan boycott company ni. Contohnya, for example, macam Fashion Valley kan, tengok the CEO herself, cakap PKP ni duit macam habis apa semua, yang kaya apa semua. That is irresponsible person. So what the society can do is that they just boycott the Fashion Valley. So maybe lah, kita tak tahu, okay, saya tak ada data yang menunjukkan the effect of CEO Vivi Yusof tu punya actions towards the Fashion Valley, but then I really think that the society at large ataupun as a whole have realised that how bad Vivi Yusof is towards the society. Okay, bukan sahaja society saja, dalam pekerja dia kita pun tak tahu, tapi banyak accounts yang cakap she is not a very responsible person. So no sector is exempt from ethical misconduct, and stakeholders determine what is ethical and unethical. Okay, ingat who are the stakeholders dalam business, introduction to business? They are investors, they are employees, customers, interest group, legal system and community. So these stakeholders will determine whether you are your company is ethical and unethical. Investors, kalau dia rasa macam your company tu tak unethical, investors boleh tarik balik diorang punya capital, and then you have to liquidate the capital. Kena carikan jadi kita tak ada modal. So baik kita jadi ethical supaya kita punya modal tak lari. Okay, and then kita ada employees, pekerja. Kalau tak ada pekerja, bisnes tak jalan. Jadinya kita kena buat baik dengan employees kita, kasih dia motivation apa semua, so that our employees will be happy to work with us, and then what can they do? They will feel motivated, and then they contribute lagi besar kepada company kita. So and then customers, of course lah, customers. Kita buat barang tapi tak ada customers, tetap lingkup juga. Okay, and then interest group, legal system and community. Okay, community tu macam customer jugalah. So moving on to a timeline of ethical and socially responsible concerns. Okay, kalau tengok kat sini, timeline ni start dengan 1960s and then daripada 1970s kan. Okay, 1980s, 1990s and then 2000. Ini dia punya these are the orang kata apa issues lah. Okay, contohnya environmental issues. Kenapa environmental issues? Sebab macam banyak kilang-kilang yang buat sungai kotor apa semua dekat US lah, dekat United States. So that's why environmental issues has started to take place, okay, masa zaman-zaman in 1960s lagi. Okay, and then kita ada civil rights issue. Okay, kita kan ada civil rights issue, kata apa, Black Lives Matter, non-white punya people of colour. Okay, kadang-kadang dia dapat gaji rendah sikit daripada white people. Tak ada pun sebab yang menyebabkan dia dapat gaji rendah. It is just because of the skin colour, but the productivity is just equivalently the same. Okay, and then increase employee tension, changing work ethic, rising drug use. Okay, kat sini kurangkan dadah apa semua. So sampailah dekat 2000 ni, contohnya apa, sustainability, kemampanan. Sustainability ni kita guna je, okay. Sustainability ni konsep dia, kita guna barang tu tapi make sure barang tu tak haus ataupun tak hilang dari dalam dunia ni. Contohnya macam daging ke ikan ke, kita makan ikan but then we conserve, kita limitkan nafsu kita. Kalau kita suka makan sushi, banyak pakai ikan salmon kan, so banyaklah pakai ikan salmon kena dikorbankan. So what can we do? Just orang kata apa, kurangkan nafsu dalam penggunaan ikan. Orang kata makan ikan salmon tu. Okay, and then intellectual property theft. Intellectual property ni apa? IP. So IP ni contohnya macam lagu ke, macam filem ke, macam buku ke, benda-benda tu lah intellectual property. So maksudnya kita tak boleh nak copy paste ke ataupun buat cetak rompak ke, tak boleh. These are the ethical issues, okay, in 2000s. Okay, saya harap you guys boleh faham lah on this matter. Alright, now we continue on need for business ethics. So every responsible business understands that the need of business ethics, okay, as you have known earlier, as I have already explained earlier, company is a legal person, therefore it needs to work in a socially responsible manner lah. Kenapa? Sebab kita ni, bila kita kerja dalam satu company, kita ni manusia, we have our own limit tau. Kita ni bukannya macam, we are not built to satisfy some people, okay, to kata apa, to exceed the limit. No, we don't have that capacity. It should be implemented and observed by the management, followed by the employees, and with proper consideration of the customers. So business ethics ni dia tak jadi kalau tak ada dia tak akan jadi, ataupun a business ethics will not be accepted as long as there are three elements needed by the three elements lah. The first element is the management itself, okay, and then followed by the employees and with proper consideration of the customers. Kalau customers tak approve, maksudnya the company is not that unethical lagi lah. So a business can achieve long-term success with business ethics. The more inclined a business is towards the ethics, the more trust of the customer and more durability of the business. So contoh sekarang ni, kalau kita boleh tengok sendiri, macam kes sekarang lah PKP ni kan, tengok how Asia dia tak jadi responsible. Time coronavirus, it sells a lot of flight tickets to countries macam South Korea ke Australia ke, semua at a very low price. Sebab apa? People know, orang tahu that the flight ticket is very expensive. Tapi dalam masa yang sama waktu coronavirus tengah merebak ni, dia nak jual murah. Sebab apa? Sebab dia tahu dia dah tak laku dekat situ. Nampak tak how irresponsible that company is? Now bila dah customers dah cancel booking apa semua, dia tak nak kasih refund, tapi dia kata masuk kredit kat dalam account je. So kalau dia kata kredit account, tak boleh nak dapat refund dalam bentuk cash, tak boleh macam tu. So as a result, Asia is being lambasted. Sebab apa? Sebab dia buat perangai lah. So customer tak approve that kind of attitude of a business. Okay, so and then we go to the importance of ethics in business. Okay, what are some of the importance? Okay, they may attract customers to the firm's products. Contohnya yang saya cakap tadi lah, kalau macam dalam Starbucks, okay, it enhances the use of metal straw, okay, towards the customers. Bukan setakat the metal straw, it is also make its own tumbler. Banyak a variation of tumbler for the customers to buy instead of using the plastic cup. Itu dia punya the first importance. The second one, it attract business ethics, okay, ataupun the unethical business will attract more employees wanting to work for the business, reduce recruitment costs and enable the company to get the most talented employees. So dekat sini point number 2 dia nak cakap apa? When a company is being ethical towards the society, society will feel like, oh, it is the good company for them to work so that their welfare will be taken care of, and then the company is not abusive. So nanti company tak payah susah payah nak cari pekerja baru, the workers will come to them, and then therefore it will reduce the recruitment cost. So the third importance is it will attract investors and keep the company's share price high, thereby protecting the business from takeover. So kat sini nampak lah, kalau kita tak nak kita punya investor tu lari, so what can we do? We just being ethical. Tak salah pun jadi baik ini. Kenapa nak susah-susah jadi jahat? Okay, and then unethical behaviour or lack of corporate social responsibility by comparison may damage a firm's reputation. Nampak lah, nama bersih dah jatuh macam AirAsia yang saya explain tadi. Alright, so moving on to the 3 models of management ethics. Okay, there are 3 types of management ethics. First is moral, second one is amoral, and then third was the immoral. So moral and amoral dia start macam ni lah. Okay, so amoral ni macam kita nak kata tengah-tengah, macam neutral lah macam tu. Okay, not neutral, it is not that neutral lah. Okay, so moral management, it conforms to high standard of ethical behaviour. Of course lah, moral management dia conforms tu maksudnya dia go along with the standards of ethical behaviour. And then immoral management, a style devoid of ethical principles and active opposition to what is ethical. Okay, ada company yang immoral, ada yang company tengok macam PKP ni paksa staff dia datang daripada kampung tu balik ke rumah and then pergi kerja macam biasa. Okay, and then a moral management, unconcerned with the rightness or wrongness. Intentional, does not consider ethical factors. Unintentional, casual or careless about ethical consideration in business. So a moral ni tak adalah neutral sangat, tapi dia macam dia tak dia buat benda tu sambil lewa, dia tak fikir pun yang dia fikir orang kata apa, dia tak fikir pun what will be the consequences if you are if they are overlooking the ethical punya concerns. Tapi dia are 2 types of moral management. Intentional, disengajakan, okay, it does not consider ethical factors. Okay, dia and then dia ada unintentional, casual or careless about ethical consideration in business. Dia tak tahu pun benda tu unethical. Sebab itulah pentingnya for business to learn about business ethics. Alright, okay, so developing moral judgment. Why managers behave ethically? Kenapa selalunya managers akan disuruh untuk jadi seorang yang beretika? Okay, so most of us, very few of us and many of us. Okay, kalau most of us, okay, to avoid some punishment, to receive some reward. Okay, kenapa manager macam tu? Sebab kebanyakannya managers are being ethical sebab apa? To avoid the punishment. Kalau tak ethical, you will be penalised. Okay, and then the second one, to receive some reward. Okay, kalau kita buat baik, dibalas tak, ataupun higher compensation will be waiting at the end of the year. So kalau most of us ni paling kerap lah, the second one many, adalah jugalah many of us ni, to be responsive to family, friends or superiors, and then to be a good citizen. Kalau very few of us ni, okay, there are very few of us is the highest level of ethical managers, in which they really do it because to do what is right, pursue some ideal, ideal outcome such as justice. Memang dia jadi beretika sebab apa? Sebab dia tahu what are the consequences, what are the effect of doing something. Sebab apa that managers are prepared to explain to everything kenapa tindakan dia tu nampak macam tak betul, tapi they have their explanation. Itu dinamakan kata apa, itu yang dinamakan sebagai kata apa, the highest level of ethical managers. Okay, and then we move on to ethical behavior. Okay, what is ethical behavior? Ethical behavior is that which is morally accepted as good and right, as opposed to bad or wrong. Okay, senang je. Okay, morally accepted. Ethical behavior ni yang diterima ramai lah. Good and right as opposed to bad or wrong. Apa contoh kita punya ethical behavior yang orang akan consider kat Malaysia sebagai bagus? Okay, bagus. Okay, datang awal bagus. People would assume that if you come early to work, you are bagus. Okay, sebab apa? You punya time management tu, okay, tak kisah walaupun jam ke apa, semua boleh datang on time. And itu yang dinamakan a good ethical behavior. Okay, so what are the advantages of being ethical? Okay, higher revenues, demand from positive consumer support. Okay, ethical company akan gain higher revenue sebab apa? Sebab dia dah advertise dia punya ethical concerns. Macam contohnya McDonald's. Okay, dia punya beretikanya company tu, dia kata dia guna minyak masak tu dijadikan bahan bakar untuk lori-lori yang nak hantar daging-daging burger, semua fries ni dekat mana-mana outlet McDonald's. Dia kata semua tu guna minyak masak daripada McD sendirilah. And then improve brand and business awareness and recognition, better employee motivation and recruitment, and new sources of finance that is from ethical investors. So kalau company tu memang it is very popular because it is very ethical, selalunya potential investors pun akan datang daripada investors yang memang niat dia baik tau. Jadi bukannya niat dia untuk like betul-betul dapat untung semata. No, they will get some of the potential investors who really genuinely want to help other businesses. Okay, dekat situ bila dua-dua dah baik, insya-Allah the outcome will be even better. Alright, so one way of dealing with ethical dilemmas is by using the four-way test to evaluate decisions. This test involves asking for questions. Okay, macam mana kita nak deal dengan ethical dilemma? Okay, alright. Okay, macam mana kita nak deal dengan ethical dilemma? Okay, ada 4 soalan. Is my decision a truthful one? Okay, betul ke apa kita nak buat ni? Orang kata apa, betul ke apa kita nak buat ni? Okay, kita fikir dulu. And then kita move on to the second question. Is my decision fair to everyone affected? Okay, kalau kita buat benda ni, efek dia akan kena dekat siapa? Contohnya macam yang orang yang masih PKP ni kan, isteri dia orang kata apa, bukan yang rider Food Panda tu. Rider Food Panda is supposed to hantar makanan, tapi dia hantar kotak-kotak rokok. Okay, so as an effect, habis semua rider Food Panda. Okay, riders Food Panda kena check dia punya kat dalam bag tu, kan dah menyusahkan orang. Okay, and then third question, will it build goodwill for the organisation? Nama baik company tu akan jaga tak? Kalau macam Food Panda, sah-sah lah dah busuk nama dia, sebab yang rider tu pakai baju Food Panda, yang dia punya bekas tu pun Food Panda, jadi Food Panda rosak lah nama dia. Okay, and then is the decision beneficial to all parties who have a vested interest in the outcome? Okay, tengok. Bila ada investor daripada Food Panda cakap, oh tengok panggil orang sini habis teruk apa semua, so dia tak nak invest kat Food Panda dah lah, dia tarik balik duit dia tu. So nanti Food Panda terpaksa cari new investors. Okay, this is what we call as ethical behavior. Alright, so who is responsible for creating ethics in an organization? A company's managers play an important role in establishing its ethical tone. If managers behave as if the only thing that matters is profit, employees are likely to act in like manner. Okay, kalau company tu memang, kalau managers tu kalau jenis nak cari duit je, memang tak fikir welfare of the workers, percayalah memang pekerja dia akan jadi macam tu juga. Memang tak kisah kau bos ke apa semua, kalau kau buat kerja tak betul pun, dia akan report. Dia macam tak ada, dia good symbiosis kat situ, tak ada between a manager and its subordinates, okay, and their subordinates. Sebab apa? Masing-masing kerja just for the sake of getting money, bukan to find the wisdom of working, okay, dekat situ. Memang terjadi. But once you have found the wisdom of working at a certain place, you will be able to go through problems together. Tak ada masalah, lama-lama akan selesai juga. You may resolve that issues, okay. A company's leaders are responsible for setting standard for what is and is not acceptable employee behavior. It is vital for managers to play an active role in creating a working environment where employees are encouraged and rewarded for acting in an ethical manner. Alright. So, ni apa ni? Other factors impacting organizational ethics, okay? These are the factors lah. Corporate culture, tengok lah, jenis yang macam, you know, kalau suka-suka bagi duit kopi tu memang tak dapat jauh ke mana lah kan. Okay, these are the factors. Alright. Okay, moving on to the 7 principles of admirable business ethics. Okay, these are the 7 principles. First is be trustful. Second is keep an open mind. Okay, you are open to receive critics ke good suggestion apa semua tu, okay, and then you meet obligations. Tak kisahlah, nak jadi tanggungjawab tu memang diperlukan, tapi jangan sampai tugasan tu tak siap, okay. Orang nak jaga sangat reputasi apa semua, tapi kerja yang hakiki tak siap, okay, susah lah, okay. And then have clear documents, okay. Jangan nak shady simpan ni, just be transparent, okay. And then become community involved, maintain accounting culture and be respectful, okay. Semua ni, if you have these all 7 principles in your company, inshallah your company will be successful, okay. Everything will be just fine, right? Okay, and then ethics contributes to employee commitment, okay. Kenapa? When a business is being ethical, the employees will be committed to working on in that company for a long period of time, okay. Kenapa? It comes from employees who believe their future is tied in the organisation. Sebab diorang rasa macam diorang punya nasib ni, most of their fate, okay, bukanlah decided, but it heavily depends on the performance of the company. Kalau company tu masuk skandal, dah lingkup apa semua, jadi diorang tak ada kerja. Sebab itulah diorang pun kena fikir, sebab itulah employees play a very important role in business ethics, okay. So employees are willing to make personal sacrifices for the organisation. The more dedication on the part of the company, the greater the employee dedication. Its concerns include the safe work environment, competitive salaries and benefit packages, and fulfillment of contractual obligations. Okay, how does ethics contribute to investor loyalty? Okay, companies perceived by their employees as having a high level of honesty and integrity are more profitable than companies with a low level of honesty and integrity. Okay, ni saya cakap lah. Okay, investor loyalty. Investor tu akan setia dengan company tu kalau income tu not from shady activities. Investor, kalau dia dapat duit daripada shady activities, nanti diorang pun kena soal juga, okay, daripada authority. Okay, sebab itulah company ni wajib buat everything to be transparent. Okay, sorry. And then ethical climate and organisation provide a platform for efficiency, productivity and profitability. Okay, and then how do ethics contribute to the customer satisfaction? Consumers respond positively to socially concerned business. Being good can be extremely profitable. So kat sini saya dah explain dah semua yang ethics dekat customer satisfaction ni. Kalau selalunya sekarang, kalau kita tengok sekarang ni memang ramai customer, especially anak-anak muda ni, they are very concerned with the environment punya movement. So contohnya kalau macam that company is known to be abusing, orang kata apa, kalau macam shampoo ke sabun mandi ke kan, kalau kat belakang dia tak tulis not tested on animals, nampaklah company sebenarnya digunakan binatang untuk uji kaji bahan dia punya sabun tu sebelum dia boleh approve hantar kat manusia. Bila cakap macam tu, memang memang orang akan boycott lah, sebab dia abuse, okay, dia abuse towards the animals tu, dia tak control. Okay, kalau company ada okay, not tested on animal apa semua tu, memang akan orang kata apa, apa, customer akan support habis-habisan lah. Okay, so and then how do ethics contribute to profit? Okay, of course, being an ethical company, customer akan support. Bila customer support, akan sentiasa ada promotion. Bila ada promotion, people will be happy to buy that product, and as a result, you will get higher revenue. When higher revenue exceeds, when revenue exceeds the cost of production, of course your profits will be higher. Okay, ini adalah contohnya lah. Contoh Coke and Pepsi. Okay, so as a conclusion, ethics are important not only in business but in all aspects of life, because it is an essential part of the foundation on which of a civilized society is built. A business or society that lacks ethical principle is bound to fail sooner or later. So saya harap if you have question, please WhatsApp me as soon as possible so I can assess you the questions that you have been wondering. Okay, jangan tak tanya, terus tanya je ke WhatsApp saya. Okay, thank you so much.